Have you ever met someone who doesn't follow the news? Not just, I missed today's headlines. I mean, they don't check it at all. No morning scroll, no breaking news alerts, no constant updates about what's happening in the world. And in a time when news is everywhere, on your phone, your TV, your social feeds, your conversations, these people seem strangely unaffected. Most assume they're uninformed, or careless, or living in denial, but psychology suggests something very different. Because avoiding the news isn't ignorance, it's often a deliberate psychological choice. And once you understand why, their behavior starts to make a lot of sense. Here's what most people don't notice. Modern news isn't designed to inform you. It's designed to keep you emotionally engaged. Fear, urgency, outrage, conflict. Because calm information doesn't spread, emotion does. People who don't check the news noticed something early. Every headline pulls your nervous system into reaction mode, even if the story has nothing to do with your actual life. Their brain learned to associate news with constant low-level stress, so they stepped away. Not because they don't care about the world, but because they care about their mental bandwidth. Checking the news feels productive. You feel aware, prepared, responsible. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Most news consumption doesn't lead to action. You read about problems you can't influence, decisions you don't control, crises you can't solve. Psychologists call this pseudo-engagement, the feeling of participation without real impact. People who stopped checking the news realized knowing more didn't make them act more. It just made them worry more. So they opted out of the illusion. News is constant stimulation. New story, new update, new angle, new outrage. For some brains, this creates a permanent state of alertness. People who don't follow the news often share one trait. They prioritize mental stillness over constant input. They'd rather understand a few things deeply than track everything superficially. To them, silence isn't ignorance, it's space to think. If you only learned about the world from the news, you'd think everything is always collapsing. Crime feels higher than it is. Threats feel closer than they are. The future feels darker than it statistically is. This isn't accidental. Negative events trigger stronger emotional reactions, so they dominate coverage. People who stopped checking the news realized their perception of reality was being shaped by the most extreme moments of humanity, not the most common ones. Stepping away didn't make the world safer, but it made their perception more balanced. There's an unspoken pressure today. If you don't know what's happening, you're irresponsible. But psychologically, constant exposure doesn't equal responsibility. People who avoid the news separate two things: caring and consuming. They still care about real people in their real life. They still show up where they can actually help. They just refuse to carry the emotional weight of every global crisis they can't influence. For many people, news becomes a form of doom scrolling. Checking headlines to feel prepared, but ending up more anxious. People who don't check the news often learned their anxiety wasn't coming from reality itself, but from constant exposure to worst-case narratives. By stepping away, they gave their nervous system a chance to reset. Not instantly, but noticeably. The biggest difference isn't ignorance. It's control. When you don't check the news constantly, your emotional state stops being dictated by headlines. You respond to your actual environment, not a global feed of fear and urgency. And over time, something shifts. Your thoughts slow down. Your attention becomes steadier. Your stress becomes more situational, not constant. People who don't follow the news aren't disconnected from reality. They're connected to their own. Avoiding the news doesn't mean you don't care. It often means you've learned a simple truth. You don't need to witness every crisis to live responsibly. Sometimes the healthiest decision is to protect your mind from information that asks for your emotion but offers you no control. And in a world that profits from your attention, choosing where you place it is one of the most powerful decisions you can make.